one and all to the K.O.E Nation for a very interesting Spirits review. I am your King of Extreme, Phil K.O.E, the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower, and we are here to review Jack Daniel's Master Distiller, Chris Fletcher, 2021 edition. There you go, folks. Right there, that is interesting spirit. I am, of course, your King of Extreme, Phil K.O.E, the man of the hour, the man with the power, the man that makes the other podcast cower. You can find me where, Tony? K.O.E Nation on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch. Where's that place you can find it? K.O.E Nation on YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch. And where is the best place to find that? YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch for K.O.E Nation. And I am joined by my indomitable broadcast partner, the one, the only, the 14-time Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion, the MC of Big Buckin' Empire, one of the main cast members of Hazard Analysis, my co-star and compadre in podcastery, the one, the only, Tony G. Yes. How we doing, T?
Why don't you just tell me you're doing a great job?
I am. I really am. How we doing there, T?
I'm good. Thanks for that, Phil.
Couldn't help myself. So,
okay, I know we usually do a cork pop. Do we need a unwrappering?
Well, so the audience knows that this is legitimately the product opening. So let's see.
All right. Not bad.
That was a pretty good cork pop. Now, Jack Daniel's Tennessee whiskey.
Yeah, Phil said we're drinking bourbon tonight, and I'm glad we're starting with a good one.
Now, actually, funny enough, when we were saying, let's start a little low on proof, then I had a poll of the folks in the house.
I suggested something, and you went, let's start a little lower in proof.
Yeah, Tony wanted to start here with Booker's, which is a whopping 128.9 proof, which I thought was a little hot to start the night. And so, but
he brought us down to earth with
the poll of everybody in the house said we landed here. And so this is merely 128.7 proof. Okay. Practically water.
All right. At least we're being reasonable.
So especially,
let's see this.
There's a little bit of, it's all around here, so I'll let old 2020 Vision read all the stuff on that bar there.
So yes, the ever infamous Jack Daniel's is a single barrel proof, obviously. 64.35 ABV at 128.7 proof. This is a fancy little 375 milliliter with the dog tag included of the Chris Fletcher Master Distiller tag, which is quite nice. So on the top label, we've got, this is Barrel House 2-11. We've got his insignia. Barrel number 22-02459. And it was bottled on March 2nd, 2022. So, this has been, it's been sitting for a minute.
It's such high proof that the town's trying to warn us.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
So this has been bottled for a year, and we are just now getting into it.
So, T. Heavy copper. Like, I'm getting a lot of copper.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd guess that high of a proof, but you can tell this one's a high proof.
Mm-hmm. Like, you can, like, wow. The minute you smell it, you're like, oh, this is going to sting a little bit when I drink it.
Yeah, very penny heavy. And it actually just gets a lot more.
A little bit of brown sugar, but nothing too terrible. But like I said, it's very penny, copper.
There's a sweetness I wouldn't even call brown sugar. It's like if you dropped a bunch of pennies into a shot glass of rubbing alcohol. That's not meant to be an insult, but it is accurate. But there is a sweetness there. And I don't know that it's brown sugar.
Doesn't have the Jack Daniel's solvent smell.
Not yet.
I really wouldn't say Jack Daniel's if I smelled this.
No, honestly, I would, in my head, so I would think Booker's, but think of a high proof bourbon, and that's what I would be guessing.
It's just there's none of that peanuttiness here that you would expect from a Booker's.
Not yet.
Well, we'll see. Sanjiva. Hmm.
Mm.
Woo!
Oh man.
There's a second of peanuttiness before it gets
Yeah,
really
it's there.
cayenne pepper spicy.
Oh man. Not a bad finish though.
Oh, that's up your alley, T. To me, I'm like,
oh
wow,
man. That's a hot one.
that's a spicy meatball.
I like them hot. Man, that's hot. Okay. Oh yeah. There's the brown sugar. And oh yeah, heavy peanut now. Now I'm getting a lot of that peanut. Honestly, it's very, it's reminiscent of like
on the palate. You could almost, trick me to think it's a Booker's. Like if you had a flight of Booker's and had this one in there,
he wouldn't.
I wouldn't be able to.
Oh man,
because I'm not that much of an expert on Booker's. I had a handful of batches.
That to me is a very high proof Gentleman Jack, and I really like Gentleman Jack. It's a very smooth, very very drinkable whiskey.
Well, this one probably only has the one no longer bourbonified charcoal filtration. Thank God. And then Gentleman Jack has twice the charcoal filtration, so it's twice removed from bourbon.
Still bourbon recipe.
Well, Tony, they don't allow a lot of finished bourbons to call themselves bourbons either, even though.
But it's not finished.
Well, it's brought through sugar maple charcoal filtration.
It's filtration, which doesn't have anything to do with the finishing.
Now, folks, let us know in the comments what you think. Is Jack Daniel's bourbon or no? Who's right and who's full of shit here? All right? Let us know in the comments. But getting back to this.
There is another flavor here I cannot wrap my head around. But no, I know it's Jack Daniel's, so I'm going to sit here and lie to you and tell you, yeah, I can tell it's Jack Daniel's.
God, that's spicy though. Like that is a spicy meatball.
And this doesn't remind me of the other single barrel bonded, or not bonded, but the other single barrel.
Yep, I actually have it right here to hold up my flat. The wine, beer, and spirits pick.
And this one's even hotter.
Yeah.
At 131.6.
And it's not as spicy. It's a lot more sweet.
Yeah, I thought this one was sweeter. So, interesting.
And I won't pour any, but we'll just take a nose. Like that one smells like hot Jack Daniels. Like high proof Jack Daniels with some sweet in there. This.
Are you sure that's Jack? Now I know it's coming in a Jack Daniels bottle, but
I bought this from Wine, Beer, and Spirits in Grand Island, and it was the last one sitting there, and I'm like, yes, I'm bringing you home to review. So
I'll be honest, that's not what I expected. This is really
delightful.
It is. I like it.
Now, Tony, this is going to be the hard part. For those who don't know, we grade on a 5-star scale. 5 meaning you have to have it before you shuffle off this mortal coil. 0 meaning pass it on by. K.O.E Nation has advised you well. So, Tony, we're going to grade this as a Tennessee whiskey.
Bourbon. Got it.
No. This is the next metric. If in some alternate DC, different timeline universe where Tennessee whiskey was bourbon, I know, complete fiction, how would you grade it on the scale of bourbon, comparing it to all other bourbon? So we're saying, for the sake of this thought experiment, for this insanity, if Tennessee whiskey was bourbon, which it is not.
Hang on. I'm trying to pop my ear. I must have some fluid in because it just gave us the same grade scale twice. We got to do it twice. I digress.
Tony's doing that office meme. It's the same picture. But no. Then we're going to grade it as a whiskey. Cascade Spirit.
Okay.
It's shelving.
All right.
And for those new to the show, the secret 6 question. So Tony, as a Tennessee whiskey.
That's bourbon. All right.
Well, no, keep in mind, that's like including like quite a bit of George Dickel's products, a lot of the really good stuff that comes from Uncle Nearest, Jack Daniel's.
Other bourbons, yeah.
Tennessee whiskey. So as a Tennessee whiskey, keep in mind.
Tennessee bourbon.
Okay, Tony. But it's still restricted to the world of Tennessee. So.
Okay, so as a Tennessee bourbon, it's only Tennessee. Got it. This is up there. This is up there. If we're talking just Tennessee, I would easily give this 4 stars to just the Tennessee region.
Yeah, and the world of, like, to me, if there was a little more sweet here, I would definitely grade it higher. Because to me, I could tell this is way up your alley, but like for the world of Tennessee, I gotta agree, it's 4 stars. Now, Tony, much more wide world of sports here. Let's assume that in some alternate universe, insane fantasy world where we don't even know if hydrogen and oxygen bond in this universe. Okay, it's that removed from reality. But just assuming for this thought experiment that this were to be graded against all other bourbons on a 5-star scale, how would
reality? Okay. So if we're gonna open it up past the borders of Tennessee to all 50 states, let's go. Oh,
because I can tell this is way up your alley.
It is,
but it's also not prototypical bourbon.
It's not, and it's not going to appeal to everybody. It's a high proof, so
it's not bourbon. Oh.
I'm tough. This is tough. I'm gonna go 3.5 because this is not going to appeal to everybody.
I'm gonna go 3.25.
All right.
Mostly because it's so spicy.
It is
that like your typical bourbon lover is gonna want a little more sweet. That's kind of that's what I love about bourbon is that it doesn't have to be finished in a sherry cask for 2 years to get some sweet in there like Scotch does. But this is missing that sweet. So I got to give 3.25 on if it were a bourbon. Now, we can both at least agree that it's a whiskey, right? Can we both agree that this is whiskey?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whiskey.
All right.
I don't know what we're...
Well, Tennessee whiskey. It's
from one of the 50 states of bourbon.
It's not a distinction without a difference, though, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's one of the 50 bourbons.
Which, yes, there is Tennessee bourbon that comes from Heaven Door, but this says, you'll notice, folks, if you could find me anywhere on this bottle that it says bourbon, I'd love to hear it. So, anyways.
You can put whatever you want on a headstone. That doesn't mean it's true. Was a great guy. Yeah, sure he was.
I mean, like, technically, I can put Lord on my headstone if I want to.
How many times have you been to Scotland?
In spirit?
Not lately.
Well, I was about to say in spirit with all my Scotch purchases. Yeah. Like I'd say I've helped the country out quite a bit. Right. Don't worry about it. That and Tony, I resent that. In the 80s, my family drank the island of Scotland or the nation of Scotland damn near dry. Thinking of Ireland there for a second, but yeah, they damn near drank Scotland dry. So we've done our part for Scotland. But the whiskey, on a 5-star scale for this bottle here, too.
I'm gonna go 3.75 as a whiskey.
Just because it's so spicy and so, like, I was gonna go 3 stars, but I realized like this is such high proof that like in reality, with what you're going to mix it with over so much time, if you're actually drinking it,
I'm gonna.
Okay, you could have just asked for the bottle.
No, you're busy.
Okay. Oh, Tony's like he needs to contrast and compare. And he might need to blend as well. So first take a taste of that and let me know. Because to me, that was just Jack Daniels plus some sweet.
Insanely sweet.
Yeah. That's what I like about wine. Oh, Jack Daniels barrel picks can be that much different. That's interesting. Because they've got such a big warehouse, actually. I suspect that's why.
Water it down, huh?
Well, also, like, it really just depends on where it is in the work. Now I'll let you have that for a little tiny blend if you want to get some blending done.
Yeah.
Probably join you for that here in a moment. But first, I'm gonna go 3.5 as a whiskey. It's shelving to me. Where would you put this if this is your bottle?
Honestly, that would probably go on the top just because it's a store pick. It's a good store chain that we enjoy a lot, and I like that. I would be tempted to put that on my top.
You know, like, to me, it's not the first thing I would pull for, but because it's so that's something I should try. Oh, yeah. The wine, beer, and spirits store pick mixed with the master distiller pick.
I'm enjoying that.
That's even.
Man.
I knew this one was going to show up eventually. That's why I just had it here. But, ooh, that sweetens it right up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
A plus. That's an A plus blend. But okay.
Oh baby.
So yeah, this would be on top shelf just for conversation piece for the whiskey nerds.
Fair.
Okay, like this wouldn't be something that I'd give because there's so
No.
little of it. But like I would give this to just like serious, kind of like that Bullet store pick that I have. That's kind of like it's exactly how you'd imagine if Maker's Mark made a high rye. So that I'm just keeping for its whiskey nerd discussion piece.
Fair.
This now we move on to the secret 6 question. T. When this bottle runs empty, will I seek another one? Yes. I don't think I'll ever find one though.
Probably not.
Yeah. Now, Tony, if you find one, because that cost me an insane $30.
All right. Yeah.
Or actually, I think it's $35 for just this little thing. But it was literally so I could review it for you folks. And if it didn't have this label here and it didn't have some, okay, so Master Distiller from Jack Dan, okay. I will give that a shot. And I'm glad I did now. So T, as I'm known to say around here, all that being said, thank you for joining us here for this very special Jack Daniel's store pick review, Master Distiller Edition Single Barrel Jackie Daniels, folks. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining us. I hope all of you make it back here to the K.O.E. Nation happy, healthy, much the wiser, and much like what Frank Sinatra said all those years ago that put Jack Daniels on the map. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Phil K.O.E., and this is Jack Daniels, and it's the nectar of the gods. Thank you for being here. God bless. Like, share, subscribe. Tony, take it away.
Bourbon. Bourbon.
Tennessee whiskey.
Bourbon.
Tennessee whiskey.
Bourbon.
Tennessee whiskey.
Bourbon.
Tennessee whiskey. We just get like nose to nose. Bourbon. Tennessee whiskey.
I haven't had enough to make out.
Oh, okay. All right. Catch you later, folks.
Bourbon.
Yeah, all that's standard.
See if it just smooths itself out.
Get back, tell you what I'll do. If I ever get back, I promise to refabricate you, raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost, we gotta take it down. Let you down slow, it's hard to survive. El Dorado. Oh, Lord. Well, let's see how that one went.
Yeah.